I'm Michael DeMayo. At the law offices of Michael A. DeMayo, we have over 98 years of combined legal experience representing injured people in North and South Carolina. And we love what we do. I can't imagine anything more rewarding than to help injured people, deserving people, receive fair compensation from big, powerful insurance companies. I've represented thousands of people, and I've helped them get a fair recovery. And I've come to learn from them is that they have a lot of questions, and there are a lot of uncertainties. You're probably facing that same situation right now. I'm going to use my experience and address those questions and provide information you need to know as you watch this video. Let me start with some basic information and some vocabulary. First of all, you are the one who has a claim, and you're going to be referred to by the insurance company as the claimant. That means you have a claim for personal injuries. You may also have a claim for property damage. Now, the insurance company, who is responsible for your injuries, is going to open a file. It's called the claims file, and they'll assign one of their employees to manage the claims file. That employee is called an adjuster. Now, I think we're more accustomed to the term insurance agent as opposed to insurance adjuster. The agent's the person from whom we buy our policy. We meet with them every year. They're always very friendly. But the adjuster, he works for the same insurance company or for the insurance company for the responsible party, and his job is to settle your claim. But let me share something with you about the adjuster that you need to remember, and this is very important, as anything I will say in this video. Remember, the adjuster has no legal obligation to you. The adjuster works for the insurance company. Their job is to save the insurance company money. Now, these adjusters are well-trained professionals. Basically, they're nice people, and they're just doing their job. But part of their job is to gain your confidence. And one of the things they're going to do is discourage you from getting legal advice or certainly hiring an attorney. They may tell you that the lawyer is going to get all the money or that you don't need an attorney. But the real reason they're telling you that is because insurance statistics indicate that individuals who use attorneys to handle claims generally recover 2 to 3 times more money than people who don't use lawyers. They not only get you more money, but they look at all avenues of recovery: additional liability, under and uninsured, and health insurance. And they also see that you get proper care. So that's really the reason they don't want you to talk to a lawyer. And they certainly don't want you to watch a video like this that encourages you to get legal advice and hire an attorney. You know, in North and South Carolina, it's easy to get good legal advice. There are plenty of personal injury law firms, including the law offices of Michael A. DeMayo, who'd be glad to answer your questions, provide advice for you without charging, and even meet with you. The one topic that you should really get advice about is the value of your claim. How in the world are you going to know the value of your claim unless you get some independent advice from someone other than the adjuster? If you don't get advice, then you're going to have to rely on what the adjuster says. And remember, it's his company paying the claim. So it's always a good idea to get good legal advice, and it's usually free. When you hire a lawyer, even a trial lawyer, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to go to court. Our clients really don't want to go to court. They just want to be treated fairly. But when you hire a lawyer, you're sending a message to the insurance company that you mean business. And if you've been seriously injured, you need to mean business. If a reasonable settlement cannot be reached, then you have a lawyer that can take it further if you have to. This is my rule about whether I think you should hire me and my firm. If I can't recover more compensation for you after you pay my attorney's fee than you could have settled on your own, then I think you don't need to hire me, and we will tell you this. But I want to talk to you now about serious injuries, because I don't mind saying this. If you have sustained a serious injury from an automobile accident, then I think you should definitely hire a lawyer, and the sooner, the better. Now, you may wonder, what do I mean by serious injury? Let me give some examples of what I consider to be serious injuries. If you've been hospitalized at all, even one day or night, as a result of these injuries, if you miss an extended time from work because of your injuries, if you have to have surgery or have to have metal placed in your body, if you sustained a head injury, loss of consciousness, then I would consider that a serious injury. If you have a substantial scar, if you're cut badly in a wreck, if you have any of these types of injuries, in my opinion, you have a serious injury, and I think you need to hire a lawyer as soon as possible. Now, your next question may be, Why do you think I should hire a lawyer? And why so soon? It's simple. There's just too much at stake. There's too much at stake for you and your family, but there's also a lot at stake for the insurance company. And they're going to be aggressively trying to find ways to reduce their responsibility or eliminate it altogether. They're going to conduct investigations right away, and you need to do the same thing. You're going to need a trained professional, and an investigation of your claim and an accident can be done much better sooner than later. Memories are fresh, skid marks are fresh, the scene's fresh. That's why we have full-time investigators who are on standby to investigate accidents as quickly as possible. Now let's talk about attorney's fees. Usually the attorney fee for a personal injury claim is 1/3 of the total recovery for the injury claim. I have a rule that I will never receive more money than my client in a personal injury claim. Sometimes that's not possible because of outstanding medical bills and other liens that have to be paid. But generally, after the fee and after the payment of medical bills, we will not receive more than our client. We also do not charge to handle basic property damage claims. Now let me offer you some advice in your process of selecting an attorney. I think the most important thing you need to look for is experience. You need to hire an attorney who has a lot of experience in personal injury law. We've learned over the course of this video that traffic and insurance law are pretty complicated, and you need to have someone who deals with that a lot. You need to select someone who's well respected by the insurance industry, someone with a good track record, who's able to look for all the possible insurance coverages for you, because that might be important. You need to select an attorney who's accessible to you, who will return your phone calls and meet with you when you need to meet. And you need to feel comfortable with your lawyer. You're going to have to rely on his advice, so you need to have a lot of confidence. But you're also going to have to sit down and be able to have an open and honest discussion. So I would recommend select someone you can do that with. It'll be important in the process of your claim. I want to take a moment to share with you my commitment to you if you were to select me as your attorney. I recognize that this is probably the most important thing going on in your life right now. That is, being seriously injured. And I will treat it that way. My firm will be accessible to you. We will meet with you whenever or wherever is necessary. We'll always tell you the truth, whether it's something you want to hear or not. We'll always return your phone calls, if not the same day, the next day. We'll always treat you with courtesy and respect you deserve. And maybe most importantly, we will relentlessly pursue fair compensation for you. If you've been seriously and/or permanently injured, there's no amount that will fairly compensate you, but we will pursue as much compensation as we can. At the law offices of Michael A. DeMayo, we're trial attorneys, and that means that the insurance companies know we mean business. And if you don't hire the law offices of Michael A. DeMayo, I want to wish you a full and timely recovery. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.